You're listening to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, created to help you succeed in your Security Plus certification journey. Learn more at baremetalcyber.com, where additional prepcasts, books, and training materials await. Let's get started. The core activities of a monitoring program can be understood as a chain: collection, enrichment, detection, alerting, and investigation. Collection gathers raw telemetry from across the environment. Enrichment adds context so those raw signals become meaningful. Detection applies logic to identify suspicious activity, which then produces alerts when thresholds or patterns are matched. Finally, investigation begins when analysts take those alerts and work to confirm whether a true incident is unfolding. Each link in this chain depends on the others. Without enrichment, detection falters, and without investigation, alerts become meaningless noise. A hardened monitoring practice ensures this chain operates seamlessly end-to-end. Telemetry sources are the lifeblood of monitoring programs. Endpoints provide logs about processes, files, and local activity. Network devices capture flows and packets, giving visibility into communications between systems. Cloud APIs deliver insights into virtual workloads and control plane actions. Applications generate logs about user sessions and errors. Identity systems like Active Directory or SSO platforms reveal authentication and privilege use. Finally, external threat intelligence feeds add awareness of emerging attacker tactics. Together, these diverse streams create a broad picture of the environment. Hardened organizations ensure coverage across these sources, recognizing that attackers can leave traces in any of them. Enrichment is the step that transforms raw data into usable intelligence. An IP address in a log means little until it is tied to an asset tag, showing it belongs to a critical database. A username gains significance when enriched with user context, such as department or privilege level. Business criticality adds weight to events involving key systems, while reputational data from threat feeds may flag an external host as malicious. Enrichment ensures analysts do not waste time on meaningless signals and that high-value alerts rise to the top. Without enrichment, monitoring is like reading half-finished sentences. Detection rules come in several forms, each serving different purposes. Signature-based rules match known attack patterns, such as a specific malware hash. Heuristics look for suspicious behaviors, like processes spawning from unusual directories. Anomaly models flag deviations from baselines, such as a user logging in at impossible hours. Machine learning analytics enhance these approaches by finding subtle patterns too complex for manual rule writing. Hardened environments combine these methods. Knowing signatures catch the known, heuristics catch the suspicious, anomalies reveal the unusual, and machine learning highlights the unexpected. Each contributes a layer of defense in monitoring. Prioritization logic ensures that high-confidence, high-impact alerts surface first. Analysts cannot respond to every event equally, so monitoring systems must rank alerts. Confidence comes from evidence strength. An exploit attempt confirmed by multiple data sources carries higher confidence than a single suspicious login. Impact comes from the value of the asset or account involved. An alert on a privileged identity outweighs one on a low-risk endpoint. Hardened programs design prioritization engines to merge these dimensions, ensuring attention is drawn to the events most likely to cause real damage if ignored. Triage workflows bring order to the flood of alerts. Playbooks define the steps for investigating common alert classes, such as suspicious logins, malware detections, or outbound data spikes. Analysts follow these workflows to gather evidence, confirm or dismiss the alert, and escalate when necessary. Playbooks reduce variability, shorten investigation times, and ensure consistent quality. Hardened environments update playbooks regularly to reflect new attack techniques. Triage is where alerts become decisions, and structured workflows ensure those decisions are fast, accurate, and repeatable. Retention policies for monitoring data align with both forensic and compliance needs. Forensic investigations often require reviewing weeks or months of telemetry to reconstruct attacker timelines. Compliance standards may mandate specific retention windows, such as 1 year of log data for regulated industries. At the same time, storage costs and privacy concerns set practical limits. Hardened organizations balance these factors, retaining high-fidelity data for recent periods while aggregating older data into summaries. Policies ensure monitoring systems remain both useful and sustainable while meeting legal obligations. Baselines provide a frame of reference for detecting anomalies. By observing normal activity over time, monitoring systems learn what expected behavior looks like. For example, normal CPU usage, login hours, or network patterns can be documented. Periodic rebaselining is crucial because environments evolve. New applications, users, or workloads shift what normal looks like. Without updates, baselines grow stale and generate false positives. Hardened programs establish regular rebaselining cycles to ensure anomaly detection remains accurate as organizational environments change. Feedback loops close the gap between investigations and detection rules. When analysts investigate alerts and find false positives, that feedback should refine the rule to reduce noise. Conversely, if investigations reveal a new attack method, detection rules must adapt to catch it in the future. These loops transform monitoring into a learning system, constantly improving with every alert investigated. Hardened organizations embed this cycle formally, ensuring analyst experiences continually sharpen detection and minimize wasted effort. Communication channels tie monitoring into collaborative response. Ticketing systems track issues, chat platforms enable real-time updates, and war rooms centralize communication during crises. Cross-team communication ensures that detection, operations, and incident response remain aligned. Without it, alerts may languish unacknowledged or duplicate efforts may waste time. Hardened monitoring programs treat communication as infrastructure, ensuring alerts travel not just to dashboards but also into the workflows where people coordinate action quickly and effectively. Monitoring coverage itself must be measured. Key performance indicators include the percentage of assets sending telemetry, the mean time to detect suspicious activity, and the false positive rate of alerts. These metrics reveal whether monitoring is both comprehensive and effective. Without them, organizations cannot assess program health or justify investments. Hardened environments track coverage metrics like any other performance measure, using them to improve processes, tools, and analyst training. Measurement turns monitoring from a reactive activity into a managed, strategic capability. A practical exercise makes monitoring tangible. Choose one telemetry source, such as endpoint logs, and build a simple enrichment pipeline that adds asset tags and owner information. Write one detection rule, for example, flagging logins outside business hours. Then document a playbook for triage. Verify the user identity, check for known travel, and escalate if suspicious. Even this small exercise illustrates the full life cycle of monitoring: collect, enrich, detect, alert, and investigate. Hardened programs scale these exercises across multiple sources, building maturity piece by piece until monitoring becomes a powerful defense fabric. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Automated enrichment with threat intelligence significantly raises the fidelity of alerts. A suspicious outbound IP address means little until cross-referenced against feeds showing it belongs to a known command and control server. Similarly, file hashes can be instantly flagged if they match malware repositories. Automation ensures this context is added immediately, allowing analysts to focus on interpretation rather than manual lookups. Hardened monitoring programs integrate multiple intelligent sources into pipelines, so alerts arrive pre-enriched, reducing false positives and sharpening the focus on threats most likely to represent real adversary activity. Detection rules are not static. They require regular tuning cycles. Some rules generate excessive false positives, while others grow obsolete as attacker tactics change. Tuning involves refining conditions, retiring ineffective rules, and adding new logic based on emerging threats. Scheduling periodic reviews keeps detection sharp and prevents monitoring from drowning analysts in noise. Hardened organizations establish structured tuning cadences, ensuring lessons from investigations feed directly into detection improvements. This cycle ensures monitoring evolves continuously, remaining effective even as the threat landscape shifts. Alert correlation links signals across multiple sources into unified investigations. A suspicious login attempt may seem minor on its own, but when correlated with abnormal network traffic and privilege escalation events, it paints a clear picture of compromise. Correlation reduces alert fatigue by combining related events into a single, higher confidence case. Hardened programs build correlation engines that merge data from endpoints, identity systems, networks, and cloud telemetry. By joining signals, they provide analysts with context-rich incidents rather than fragmented, low-value alerts. Playbook automation accelerates response by codifying validated steps into repeatable actions. For example, when malware is detected, automated playbooks can isolate the endpoint, collect volatile memory data, and notify the owner without analyst intervention. These actions are predefined, tested, and safe to execute automatically. Hardened organizations lean on automation for repetitive tasks while reserving analyst expertise for complex decision-making. Playbook automation transforms monitoring from passive detection into active defense, reducing mean time to contain threats and scaling response efforts beyond human limitations. Even with automation, high-impact actions require human-in-the-loop checks. Isolating a domain controller or blocking a production service may mitigate risk, but also disrupt business operations. Automated systems should pause for analyst approval before executing such measures. This balance ensures speed for low-risk tasks while protecting critical assets from hasty disruption. Hardened organizations design workflows where automation handles routine containment, but analysts authorize the interventions that carry significant operational consequences. This safeguard preserves both security and stability. Measurement and reporting ensure monitoring programs demonstrate value to business leaders. Metrics like mean time to detect, alert-to-incident ratio, and reduction in false positives quantify efficiency. Reports should translate these technical metrics into business outcomes, such as reduced exposure or faster containment of threats. Hardened programs provide executives with dashboards and periodic summaries, showing monitoring as a strategic asset rather than a technical cost. Effective reporting secures leadership buy-in, funding, and organizational alignment for continued program growth. Threat hunting provides a proactive counterpart to reactive alerting. Instead of waiting for detection rules to fire, hunters explore telemetry to uncover stealthy adversary behavior. They may look for unusual login patterns, dormant malware, or lateral movement attempts that evade rules. This process sharpens defenses, creating new detection logic from findings. Hardened organizations institutionalize threat hunting as a continuous cycle, using insights to refine alerts and catch threats earlier. By blending hunting with monitoring, they move from reactive defense to anticipatory security. Integration with incident response and forensic toolchains ensures monitoring feeds flow seamlessly into broader workflows. Once a suspicious event is detected, it must be investigated using forensic tools and coordinated with incident responders. Integration avoids handoff delays and ensures evidence is preserved from the outset. Hardened programs tie monitoring to their full response ecosystem, enabling smooth transitions from detection to containment to analysis. This alignment transforms monitoring from isolated visibility into a cornerstone of incident management. Monitoring data itself must be protected. Logs and telemetry often contain sensitive details about users, systems, and business processes. If compromised, attackers could use this data to map environments or bypass defenses. Secure storage, encryption, and strict access controls are therefore essential. Hardened organizations treat monitoring data as a high-value asset, ensuring only authorized staff access it and that retention policies comply with privacy and regulatory requirements. Protecting monitoring data ensures it serves defenders without empowering adversaries. Training and certification paths keep monitoring staff current on evolving threats and tools. Analysts must understand not only how to operate monitoring platforms, but also how to interpret enriched alerts, tune detection rules, and coordinate responses. Certifications validate skills, while ongoing training builds adaptability. Hardened organizations invest in professional development for their society teams, ensuring they have the expertise to leverage monitoring fully. Skilled staff transform technology investments into effective defense capabilities. Tabletop and live fire exercises validate monitoring workflows under stress. Tabletop scenarios simulate incidents, testing how teams interpret alerts and coordinate responses. Live fire exercises inject real attack traffic into environments, measuring whether monitoring systems detect it. These rehearsals expose gaps in coverage, training, and processes. Hardened programs conduct exercises regularly, treating them as readiness drills that sharpen both technology and people. Exercises ensure monitoring programs are not theoretical. They perform when crises arrive. Ultimately, strong monitoring programs succeed by combining data, context, automation, and human expertise. Raw telemetry provides the foundation. Enrichment and correlation add meaning. Automation delivers speed, and analysts bring judgment. Together, they form a resilient system capable of detecting, prioritizing, and containing threats quickly. Hardened organizations understand that monitoring is not a single tool, but an ecosystem. By continually tuning, training, and integrating monitoring into broader operations, they create a living defense fabric that adapts as fast as adversaries evolve. Thanks for tuning in to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, your trusted source for cybersecurity news and insights. Remember to subscribe at baremetalcyber.com so you never miss an update. And visit cyberauthor.me for best-selling cybersecurity books that equip you with expert knowledge. Until next time, stay secure and stay vigilant.